Hello everyone, thank you so much again for joining me on this channel. Today we'll be looking at how do we determine the project management methodology that we should use on our project. So in my last video, I discussed about the Waterfall project management techniques. I also look into the Agile project management technique in another video. Also, I look at the hybrid project management technique. So I provide an overview of each of these methodology because the most commonly used project management technique that we have is the Waterfall, the Agile, and the hybrid techniques. So these are the three most commonly used project management techniques. So I have different videos on these three project management techniques. So if you want to watch the previous video on the Waterfall, Agile, and hybrid project management techniques, I will put the link in the description so you can watch it. But today we are only focusing on how do we determine the project management technique we should use as a project team or as a project manager. So now, as a project manager, whether you are using the Agile or you are using the Waterfall, you have been given the project charter by the project sponsor. The project sponsor is the owner of the project, is the one that is financing the project, is the one that is giving money for the project. So it's the key stakeholder on your project. So now you'll be handed up, they've given to you they have given you the project charter, or they are giving you the information about the project. So they want you to proceed on the project. So assuming you have the project charter already, so they give you the project charter, you sign, you look at the project charter, you receive approval from the project sponsor, and you started using the company resources on the project in terms of money, in terms of people on the project. So, but assuming that you don't have the project charter, you are the project manager that will now develop the project charter based on the project information that they have given to you. Let's say they have given you the business case, the feasibility study, and other project documentation that they use when they came up with the idea of that project. So you can use those information for you now to develop the project charter, and you'll be able to identify the stakeholders that will be on the project. But in discussing with the project sponsor, you'll be able to gather the key stakeholders at the beginning of the project. So although when you started developing the project stakeholder plan, you have to be able to have more other stakeholders that will be able to identify and put into this project stakeholder plan. So but let's say you have the project charter, they tell you to start the project, and you have the project team, or you are the one that will form the project team. So now, how do you now determine the project methodology you should use? And also, sometimes you feel, how do you determine the project team? The project team will always be determined based on the type of project you are working on. You have to do with data science, so you need a data scientist on the project, and maybe some others like UI, US, and some other IT architecture, and some other people to work with you, because a data science, you might need data analysts, people that will be able to, they are within that data science circle, that will be able to work with you on that project. So when you are forming your team, you are forming your team based on the type of project. So let's say you are working on cloud related project, you form your team based on people that have knowledge of that cloud based technology, or you are working on a web-based application. So the forming of the team will be determined based on the type of the project that you have to work on. So the same thing with how do we determine the project methodology? The only way for us to determine the project methodology we should use as a project team or as a project manager is by the nature of the project. What kind of project are we working on? Is it a simple project? Is it a complex project? Is it more of a complex IT project that we think that Agile will be suitable, Scrum will be suitable? So the complexity of the project, the nature of the project will determine the project methodology we should use. So how to determine this will be determined within your team. You work together as a team. You look at the project, you look at the project charter, you look at the methodology that you want to use. Because most time project methodology will not be put in the project charter. So it's the work of the project team during the planning session to be able to determine what kind of project methodology they want to use. Do we use Waterfall? Should we use Agile? Should we use a combination of the two? So the nature of the project helps us to determine what kind of project methodology we should use. And we work together as a team in order to determine what kind of project methodology we want to use. So now you have the project charter, they say you to start the project. what kind of project techniques we should use. It is the nature of the project that will allow us as a project team to be able to determine what kind of project methodology we should use. So who can determine this for us? Is it only the project team that can determine this, or the project sponsor, or anybody? So let me just quickly explain it. Now you have the project charter, you have to work with your team in order to determine the project methodology you should use, unless you know the project methodology before you form your team. So, but mostly you work with the team on projects. In project management, you don't work alone, you work with team, you work with people. So people will help you. You must know how to manage people. People will help you to execute the entire project, so you must know how to work with people. So the project team will determine this. So let me also explain. Sometimes the project sponsor could determine this at the beginning of the project. How? If the project sponsor, if the project sponsor is a former manager of PMO office, or he has worked on diverse projects in the past, both the Waterfall and Agile, non-IT or IT project, and he has some knowledge of project management, he could be able to explain to you as a project manager, I think this project, you should be able to use this methodology. And the project team also can determine, that's the second one, the project management team can determine. How? Because the project management team, sometimes they have some knowledge of project, especially if they have worked on diverse projects. They can quickly determine that, based on this project, we should be able to use this methodology, we should be able to use Agile, or we think this is complex project. We don't know much about this project. Using Agile will be more better, because we can be working in sprints and try to develop the plan gradually as you have the features of the information available. So also we can also look, it's Waterfall, because we think that it's a simple project, we have the knowledge of the entire project, and we think that using Waterfall will make us to finish this project on time. So we can use Waterfall. So because there are some project team that they have knowledge of projects Waterfall, also they have knowledge of Agile, they have cost function, and they have knowledge of diverse ways of diverse project management techniques. So this is project team can also do this. Another one is that there is some in project management, you work with subject matter expert. You call it SME. So these people also can help you to determine what kind of project method you want to use. So who is SME? What is subject? There are people that are experts in their own area, in their own field. So if you are working on a project on cloud, and you have somebody that have done that, they have worked on that same project in the past, or he has worked on diverse projects in the cloud, it's essence for you to invite or to involve that kind of subject matter expert to put you through. So it will reduce your stress, and it will allow you to complete your project on time, because you don't have to do another extensive planning, because he has done it in the past. It can give you some clue or some point or some hints that will allow you to finish your planning on time and start your execution at the right on time. So the subject matter expert can also help you as a project management team to determine. So sometimes as a project team, we work with the project manager. Also, you still work with subject matter expert as an external to your organization, or internal subject matter expert. You can within your organization, you can have some people that are experts in some other field that you want to work on, or you want to conduct your project on. So you can invite them, and also sometimes external to the organization, so we can invite them to be part of the project team in order to execute our project. So this you can use this to determine the project management methodology. The last one I want to say is that there are some organizations, they have project management governance, especially within their project management team or PMO office. So they have different projects, and based on these different projects, they have the kind of project and the kind of budget that they think that this kind of project or this type of project should be able to use Waterfall. They have some amount for a budget for a project, and they have some category of project that they think should be able to use Agile, and they have some kind of project, maybe complex project, that they think they should be able to complete using the hybrid approach. So in kind of organization, they have project management governance. that we allow people or the project team not to stress themselves too much, so that they can easily look into the project governance to see where this project that they want to work on can fit in. Oh, based on this project, the cost, the nature of the project, and the kind of project team that we need, based on this organizational governance that we have for project management, we think that we should be able to use Agile, to use Waterfall, we should be able to use the hybrid approach. So this organization project management governance will help the team to quickly plug in their project into the governance that they have, and they'll be able to start their project on time. So I think I'll be able to impart you with knowledge on how to determine what kind of project methodology we should use. Like I said, in project management, you need a project technique to be able to manage the project or to be able to carry out the project. So sometimes you need to identify that project methodology that you have to use. So you have Waterfall, you have the Agile, and you have the hybrid. These are the most commonly used project management techniques, and I'll be able to tell you how you can determine by the nature of the project, how you can now select within your team to come to a conclusion as a team that let's embrace this technology or this approach to complete this project. I believe today I'll be able to impart you with little knowledge on project management. My name is Michael again. I'm a project management professional. I have my PMP. I'm a certified Scrum Master. Also, I'm a part-time professor at a college within the Ontario, where I teach project management to international students. Also, I had the privilege to develop an Agile project management curriculum for a unit in the. So, please, I will appreciate you. Kindly comment, subscribe, and also I would like to read from you. So in my next video, I'll be able to discuss project management overview. I'll be using the definition from the PMI to explain the project management overview. Thank you so much once again. I appreciate you for following me on this channel and watching to the end. See you in my next video. Bye.